Memo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Enra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eba be an address to the states, okay? And Olanche it's not really a lunch, but he spoke about 120 days social contract because Afiansa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama we di a year 120 days. You see, 120 days, and it sounds like he has been president for over 2 or 3 years. Because we are boy juma. But we want to look at a year 120 days. No, yesterday, all over social media platforms nisunino. In fact, people who were serious critics of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in fact, a person, Professor Adai. Professor Adai said no ni say obia was say all dream Ghana hu bia no ebeka no kware His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wayade no kware ni wayade pa nanso ono de o hese Ghana fo yensusu mbo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama abaso so that ankwa ngodidi anhye ni trim nti no wayade de nanso ode yenye ko mayenka ni too much enendra platforms ni no social media any traditional media platforms who say they went out to speak to Ghanaians and generally, share ratings and Ghana former His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for 120 days now. And Kofo be now 80%, 85%. Now MPP 4 they will be so almost 40. Will be say MPP 4 say 40. Will be so almost say 40%. But normal Ghanaians on the street will be 85%, 80% and the like. So I think say it is good. What you say, it is a good start. Now let's look at a list of some of the things His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will to me in 120 days. Now, in 120 days, I say nominate within the first 14 days the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. Which to me constitutes the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office. To me establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all Ghanaian officials. And yesterday, I read the code of conduct. Omwa published the document on 66-page code of conduct. Munina expectations are His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or expected from ministers and government officials. Now, I say hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. I say within my first 90 days in office, scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business. E-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on bet winnings and emissions levy. And also, I say within my first 90 days in office, review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. I'm seeing a lot of people are now also speaking. Say, well, last year, enyama na or cars are more kraba Ghana no. This year no akofom. Comments drafting needed. Legal amendments and prepare for implementing the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president. Into the 24-hour economy policy means so washase. Me hune say nra. You see labor unions no. Asoriate ya 24-hour economy policy. The say I'm say labor unions no. Muni na. Anyway, see it's a ha. Nobody can stop reggae. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Wabase wobebe jumane there. Nobody can stop reggae. Also established an accelerated export development council to promote exports as part of broader strategy for economic transformation. Also convene a national consultative conference on education to build consensus on needed improvements to the sector. Implement the no academic fee policy for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions, universities, colleges of education, nursing training, and also introduce the following social interventions: free tertiary education for persons with disability, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, Mahama Cares Fund, and also commence the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. And also, free sanitary pads, no, MPP4 ashasi a wɔn de yɛ propaganda and that video bi a me hu yɛ MPP ni bi ɔsi ane ɛna free SHS so si free SHS nyɛ na o fa de papa bra o se o de free sanitary pad ɛna ɛba ɛna free sanitary pad de free SHS dan ka me mefa free SHS na me say they won Ghana for free SHS no his SHS John Dramani ɔba wa be cancel no se Kufuado ɛde 1 CD try na yɛ ya Mahama ba no ɔno de 3 CDs na ba be free SHS ɛsan so the sanitary pad aboso ama but what kasa te say the free SHS no wa cancel no bi ɛna DNA kɔ even say mo MPP for mo besu Asiane fa free SHS ni mo mbra na sanitary pad de me metumi ato ama member sanitary pad ye se ne bo nye de meto ama member as the institute inquiries and or forensic audits into the following matters of public interest: the collapse of indigenous Ghanaian banks and financial institutions at a supposed cost of 25 billion. Into His Excellency John Dramani Mahama try and say why investigations into MPP for banks or more close no not just wa sha ase investigations into it. On Melodies talk sorry, me say Melodies on Senate Talks Politics no. On that channel I'll be reacting to our investigations here. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama where we really say oh you know. And you would want to wait for that. And the Ghana for be na no ba. I say Palugu Dam, Massets, Galamsey, and we all know the rest. I say institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets, and also allocate seed money for the establishment of Women's Development Bank, and also launch the following priority job creation programs in the first budget: a Jumera program, National Apprenticeship program, and 1 million coders program. And also commence the review of the Customs Act 2020 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles, to rescue the local automotive industry at Swami Magazine, Kokompe, Aboso Kain, and others. Okay. I say lay before Parliament a new bill to streamline government scholarship administration, prohibit political appointees from accessing government scholarships, and eliminate political patronage. Into scholarships no send your first no MPP time you better me say politician be a dimbia yeti and say napo no more scholarship ni be their way at ya say this time around sa nyamani na enso so ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves. Roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. Also launch the Black Star Experience initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, arts and tourism brand to transform Ghana into a preferred tourism destination. Commence investigative processes to purge state security agencies of all militia and vigilante elements. Okay. Reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases, including the 2020 election killings, Ayawaso West Wagon by election violence, murder of Ahmed Swale, and the likes. Ahmed Swale initiate a probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRS spillage from the Akosombo and Kpong dams that displaced and destroyed the livelihoods of thousands of citizens in the Volta, Eastern, and Greater Accra. And also initiate immediate steps to compensate the flood victims, including those in the Oti, Bunu East, and Savannah regions. And also carry out a shake-up of all loss-making SOEs and realign them to break even and transition into profit making. 25 promises are His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa fulfill in a year, just 120 days now. He's right on track. Send me America no. Listen, enye me na America. Either Metro TV, TV3, GH1, or the common platforms. So most of them, omu bisa Ghana for neutral Ghanaians. TV3, omu nina bisa neutral Ghanaians. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Juma Wabono, waya diana, and you are getting the majority of people say, and a majority of people give him 80%. 85 and the likes. Bisa drivers, bisa dwadifo, omo moto ade wo markets, every single person. Yes, men ka se obi a ka se Mahama ya, obviously we benya one or two elements we obeka so Mahama nya ehwe, but in general no, most of them are saying say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wabomodin wayade, and I think say it is a good start. What you say? I think say eye adepa. Eti for montre mo adwin e wo comment box ni mu. Medase.